of a new drinking game for you all? You guys can just slam a shot every time we get pulled over.
So that's now a cop video. If you missed it, it's because I was driving, and it was on my mom's Facebook, which is public, Clara Parker. So now I was pulled over for not keeping a 3-second gap in front of me. But no one was in front of me. There was somebody behind me. He was waiting. I saw him. And I told my mom and I told my grandma, I'm like, he's gonna pull us over. And they're like, no, like how would they know that we just got into another rental car? How would they know we're doing the speed limit? How would they know that we just got into a rental car? No way. Like, no, mom, he's about to pull us over. We pissed off the brotherhood. He's about to pull us over. He's about to pull us over. He waited for a little bit. Sure enough, he looks up. He called 911. My mom did. He said that he asked how we were doing. Said we were okay.
He tried to do literal good cop.
Yeah, he tried. And then he said he asked for my license, registration on the vehicle. After he got that, he asked me to come sit in his car. I said, I don't feel comfortable sitting in your car. I want to get in your car. I will come back there with you, but I don't want to get in your car. He's like, okay, you can stand next to it. All right, cool, whatever. When I get out of the car, he asked me if I had any weapons on me. I said, no, I do not. We went back to his car, and he said, so where are you guys traveling, and where exactly is the car? And I said, we already answered you. And he said, you already answered me. So why are you guys traveling? Did you fly into Nebraska? How did you get here? How did you get another car? And I said, we already answered you. Where is the car? Parked. Where is parked? It's parked. What's wrong with the car? There's some things wrong with the car. We just had to get a rental. Why? Because we needed a rental. Why? Because we needed a rental. Where is the car parked? It's parked. But where? Why does it matter? Because you're telling me that there's something wrong with your car, and that's suspicious. And we don't just get California people that pop up in Nebraska. I want to know where the car is. I said, okay, there's something, the car needs some work on it, tires, whatnot. So we just parked it for a little bit and got a rental. Have you been traveling? Yes, like we told you. And he's like, okay, so tell me exactly where the car is parked. You don't need to know exactly where the car is parked. Where exactly is it? Is it at an airport? Is it parked at someone's home? Is it at the mechanic? Where exactly is the car?
Mike and Ike's.
And I said, I don't need to answer you. Well, now if I run your license and if you're a sex trafficking survivor like you say you are, if you're who you say you are, then when I run your license, it'll show up because you've been arrested before. If you're with this sex trafficking organization, I said, I never said I was with a sex trafficking organization. I said I'm a sex trafficking survivor. And right now I don't feel comfortable because what is the problem? Can I go back and get my phone so I can record this? No, your followers don't need to see. I have a camera here and I have a camera here. Did you hear what I just said? He knows. I said, okay. And he's like, so if I run your license, are you a survivor? Like you said, you're a survivor. Who you say you are. I said, why are you asking me if I am who I say I am before you run that license? I just told you I am. So run it. Do what you have to do and run it. And he's like, well, your grandma said this, your mom said that, you said this. I said, yes, you did. Run the license. Well, I'm just trying to see if it's gonna be are you gonna be who you say you are, because you should have been arrested. I'm like, homie, more times than I can count, so go ahead and run that damn license. Run it. You're gonna see what you need to see. I said, if I need to get up, if I need to go, you can get the medical documentation out of the car. Is that what you're asking me? Do you want medical documentation about me being a trafficking survivor that's in the car? Do you want that? no, I don't want that. I want to know that when I run your license, that's what's going to show up. I said, go ahead and do it then. Why are you asking me? So you seem awfully suspicious. Why are you shaking? Because I have anxiety. I told you I'm a sex trafficking survivor, and I've already dealt with a few of you.
It's 37 degrees.
And it's also snowing.
Yeah, it's 37 degrees.
It's 30-something degrees outside, and I don't have my jacket on. I was just had my butt warmer on, okay? And and he said, well, I'm gonna run your license and check if you're who you say you are. I said, okay, then do what you gotta do then. Well, I'm just trying to see because you sound suspicious. I said, why do I sound suspicious? And he's like, well, I have cameras right here. I said, okay, good. So can you repeat for the cameras, what exactly did you pull me over for? What initially are we talking about here? What initially did you pull me over for? I said, he said, well, you didn't keep 3 seconds. I said, 3 seconds or three minutes. I said, what exactly did you say? Say it for your cameras. And he said, I said you need 3 seconds away from the car in front of you. Okay, got it. So why are we talking? Where are we going? What is the problem? Because you initially pulled me over for that. So what is the problem? I'm just trying to talk to you because it sounds. I don't want to talk to you.
A lot of shit shooters.
So he said once again. So who's in the car? Your mom. Who's in the car? I said my mom and grandma. I told you that too. So he starts running my license. He turns down his radio completely. He calls on his cell phone. And then he said he's going to get out and come talk to my mom, which is everything that you heard on the video. Then he came back, or I started shaking really bad and I couldn't breathe. I held my shit. I just couldn't breathe. And on top of that, I'm freezing my ass off. And he came back to me and he's like, do you need a medic? And I said, no, I don't need a medic. And he's like, well, if you can't breathe, then I need to call a medic, and you're gonna have to talk to them. He said, I don't need to talk to them. He's, okay, we'll hang out right here. We're actually having a good conversation. All right, you do that. Hurry up and do what you're doing then.
Open for interpretation.
So he goes back to the car, the conversation you guys heard on live. He comes back to me, and he gets in the car, and he says, so if all those things happened, then you need to go to Federal Reserve type of help. I said, oh.
Federal Reserve.
Federal. Huh.
Let me give Joe a call right now.
Definitely. So definitely. So I said, no, there is no help. And he said, have you tried? I said, there is no help. He said, well, have you tried to talk to them? I said, there is no help. And he's like, but you didn't say that you tried. I said, am I free to go?
Ask Victor what he wants to do.
And he's like, yeah. He's like, you're actually free to go. And he's like, well, we'll see you later. And he winked at me. So I don't care. I already know. We already know we're doing this. How many times does it take, though, for this to not be a coincidence? Can anybody answer me that? How many times does it take for this to not be a damn coinkadink? Like, I don't understand. And they're so worried about our money because resources are running fucking low, and they're so worried about our cars, and they know that we switch cars. They're so worried about somebody else helping us.
They're asking the same bullshit.
They're asking the same questions because they're trying to make sure that you 90s knock shit off. You 90s think that you can just be against human trafficking? What is wrong with you? Why don't you think like pedophiles? How rude are you?
The problem with the cult people and satanic pedophiles and all that, the brotherhood, is they do too much. So in an effort to squash her, they're gonna out themselves horribly, which you see, and you're gonna continue to see. They're gonna continue to out themselves. They're gonna continue to do more and more. They do stuff and it's too big, it's too much. Like, they're gonna continue to do too much, and they're gonna out themselves.
Everybody's like, the audacity of us. What is wrong with you? Why don't you think like them? You don't want to eat children? What's wrong with you? Why do you care? Why do you care? I'm fine. I'm over it, y'all. I'm so fucking over it. I'm over it. We're gonna get pulled over again. Watch. We already sent out another insurance video. If something happens to us, you release it because you're going to need it, because we already know what they're gonna do next. We already took care of that last night. Oh, yeah, so we tossed the car. We did everything that we needed to do. We
2 hours
made a
in the
stop.
cold, tossing the car, checking everything in the car.
Yeah, then after that we stopped for the day, or for a few hours, not day, for a few hours. And stopped at a place, put all the clothes in water, dried them, and then after that, shook everything out, took everything apart, shook that out. Mom cleaned the car.
Yeah, they were inside taking care of stuff, and I was outside doing the car stuff. Started at the driver's side, had all the doors open. Started at the driver's side, pulled everything out, shook everything out. We had a little broom thing, swept the driver's side, went to the behind the driver's side, went to the passenger side, went to behind the passenger side, and I was in the back and I was shaking out blankets. That was the last thing I needed to do. Went back up to the front. I don't know where it came from, but there was this white pill like right on the floor that belonged to any of us. So
Capsule.
yeah, it was a capsule filled with something. That officer the other day was doing weird stuff with his gloves. I have nursing. I've done nursing and worked for doctors and stuff, and you don't touch shit. Like, you have your gloves on, you don't take them off, especially if you're reaching into strange people's shit. Like, if I'm a cop and I'm pulling people over, I have my gloves on. I'm not taking that off. I'm not pulling them down. He was reaching his hand up and stuff, but he kept pulling his gloves down and doing weird stuff. So I don't trust his ass. I don't think he got to do the things he was planning to do. But I think something. I think that
Someone said at my old house we found the same thing, white pill. How long you plan to stay on the run? I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. Gamble it. When do you think we could just give up and go home? Road trip's over.
Let's talk about that. We go home. We're still gonna have to be at a high level of alert. We're still gonna be on our guard like 24/7 because somebody jumped our fence with a jamming pack so he could jam our Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, I'd rather be on the road moving
Than be a sitting down.
than to just be in your house, constantly looking out the window and constantly wondering and constantly checking the doors.
We've already been through that. We've already been through that. We've had people in our home. We've had people standing in the bathroom. We've had people in our rooms. We've had people kill our animals. We've had people poison me.
And when you ask how long, as long as it fucking takes. What else do you want me to say? Like, as long as it fucking takes.
We already know, I mean, this is not going to stop. What do you think they're going to do when we sit still and they know where we are? How many times have we said the address on here? So, okay, after November, after putting our address out, I don't know how many times, the trolls did it. The trolls put our address out. They put our license plate out. Fake accounts did it. And then we've been so blunt with you that you've heard it I don't know how many times. We live at 21225 Standing Rock Avenue in Apple Valley. Do you need a repeat?
Every time we gotta tell
There is no fucking camera cut. Are you with me? Are you with me? There's no camera cut. No. So, no, we don't just get to go home.
It's not a movie set. Where we live is not a movie set.
Stop fighting. I'm tired. Oh, y'all see me cry and scream and laugh. This is what I'm trying to tell you I didn't want to deal with. There's more to this. There's groups that I don't want to deal with. Again. What are we doing it? Now at this point, yeah, I don't know what we started is. It's never supposed to go this far, we know that. It's fine. It is what it is. It's a little tired. This is gonna get worse. Please, every time that you see us go live, please make sure that you automatically have a screen record on, because I have a feeling that one day we're gonna go live and you'll only get 2 seconds to get information. And only probably a few people are gonna get to it. So, anytime that we go live, just please, can you do me that favor? Just start the camera right away, because like I said, there just might be a time that we eventually have to do something, and that might be the last time we talk to you guys. It is what it is. There's been a lot of survivors coming forward. We've had a lot of people contact us and we've been able to help with just a few situations. You know, not saying that we're not anything special. We're not high and mighty. We are not the be all end all. I don't consider myself a special person. But we were able to help. That's all I care about. I wish people understood that. I started speaking because it's hard to, there's so much shit that nobody sees. I'm sick of keeping the secrets. I don't know. It's fine. It's honestly fine. I'm tired and just sitting here like, what's next, you know? How is this gonna end? I don't know. But I know it's about to get way worse. Can't you see? This is not a coincidence. I'm sorry. Doesn't matter. How many times before it's enough? How many times do you let somebody poke at you before you had enough? Huh? Everybody sitting on here, anybody watching this right now, when is a moment that you had enough and you just had enough? Whatever that looked like. We've gotten so many threats about how if something happens to us or if I disappear that I won't die right away. I don't care anymore. We love you guys and thank you for being here with us in this crazy ass situation again.